October is National Depression Screening Awareness Month. Screenings are designed to determine who should be referred for mental health diagnoses and management. Joining our conversation for Mental Health Monday, of course, it's our 9 News wellness expert, Heather Hans. Heather, good morning. So good to see you, my friend.
Great to see you.
I think this is wonderful, right? Because you can tackle a problem a lot easier once it has a name. That's the purpose of these screenings. What do these look like, just kind of to give us an overview before we begin?
Sure. So anyone can access this screening. It's called the PHQ-9, and it's online at a bunch of sites, including mentalhealthamerica.com. And it's a series of 9 questions that asks you whether and how often you've experienced certain symptoms over the past 2 weeks. And you can't diagnose yourself. A mental health professional or a physician has to do that, but you can take the screening yourself or through them, and if you have symptoms, then get help. And a lot of people think that depression just means you're really sad, but you can actually meet the criteria without feeling sadness,
right,
if you meet enough of them. So it's really important to get this screening done. Also, women are almost twice as likely to get depressed as men, so it's very important for women to do the screening as well.
I think that's such an important point that you brought up, that it doesn't just look like sadness, because that's kind of the very narrow scope of what we typically hear about depression. For other people who may be looking, saying, maybe do I need this screening, what might depression look like other than just sadness?
Sure. So I would group the questions into 3 basic categories. So one of them has to do with your energy level. So have you lost interest or pleasure in doing things? Do you feel low energy or tired? Are you talking or speaking slowly? Or on the flip side, are you fidgety and anxious? Because any extreme is a red flag. And then a second category has to do with your health habits and whether it's impacted those. So have you been having trouble falling asleep or staying asleep? Or have you been oversleeping? Again, those extremes that we're looking for. Or have you lost your appetite or been overeating? And then the final category does have to do with the content of your thoughts. So yes, if you are down or depressed or hopeless, those are signs. Or if you feel like you would be better off dead, if you feel like hurting yourself might be a solution. But even if you don't have those symptoms, if you feel badly about yourself or like you've let yourself or your family down, those can be symptoms too.
Sure, depression has just so many faces. So let's say, I take this screening, right, and it does say, it does diagnose me with likely suffering from depression.
Sure.
Where do I go next? What does somebody, after they have this screening, what do they do next?
Yeah, so the first thing I want people to know is that these mood disorders are very treatable. There are certain mental conditions that are much harder to change, but this is not a life sentence. It's very treatable. And so a mental health professional can help psychotherapy, stress management, support groups, lifestyle changes, and of course, if it's really severe, medication can help get people over the hump while they're putting those other things into place.
Yeah, absolutely. And just really quickly, because we're almost out of time, where can people go to find these screenings? Maybe what can they search?
If you search PHQ-9 or even just depression screening online, they'll find tons of sites. And again, mentalhealthamerica.com has them.
Okay, perfect. Heather Hans, a great resource as always. We appreciate you stopping by, my friend.
Thank you very much.